Today I'll be discussing the 8 things I wish I had known about my first trimester of pregnancy. Number 1, I wish I had known I'd be hungry every 2 hours. What I found when I would eat more often is that my servings would be much smaller. When I would try to not eat every 2 hours, I'd get the worst migraine. So my body was basically just in need of food when it was in need of food, so I had to obey that. I had a lot of inconsistent cravings in the beginning. Prior to my finding out that I was pregnant, I had eaten Chinese food for like 2 weeks and didn't really realize what I was doing it for. I mean, it wasn't like it was so great, but I just wanted it. And once I found out I was pregnant, the craving made sense. Number 2, I wish I had known that my teeth would be more sensitive than normal. One adjustment I had to make early on was changing my toothpaste. I wound up purchasing Sensodyne, which wound up resolving my sensitivity issue as well as having a great taste and flavor. My only complaint about Sensodyne was the fact that it was twice as much in price as either Crest or Colgate. However, even though it costs more, it's definitely worth the purchase. If you're interested in trying Sensodyne for yourself, be sure to check out the link in our description for today's video. Number 3, I wish I had known that I'd be more emotional than normal. I would cry at the simplest things, even if they weren't sad, I'd cry. Before I got pregnant, I wouldn't cry a whole lot unless it was absolutely necessary. So me crying during my pregnancy was kind of like a full circle for me, turned into basically a big crybaby for my first trimester. Number 4, I wish I had known that although I didn't have morning sickness, that I would be nauseous off and on. What I found out early on was that even familiar food would sometimes make me nauseous. It's like I was playing Russian roulette. I never knew what was going to make me feel sick versus not so sick. Even though nothing ever came up, the nausea sometimes would last up to an hour or so after I'd eaten something. I also found that when I would try to eat full meals like I did prior to getting pregnant, that would make me feel nauseous too. I just had to eat what I could eat and leave the rest for whenever. Number 5, I wish I had known that I'd still be able to wear my regular clothes. A lot of the clothes that I had purchased previously were too big for me anyway, so it was more like I was growing into my clothes, so I didn't have to really purchase anything for the first few weeks of my pregnancy. Most people couldn't really tell that I was pregnant because my growth wasn't as progressive as it is right now. One of the best things about my being able to wear my own clothes at this time was that I could still wear my favorite Cherokee scrubs to work, which I referenced in my maternity scrub comparison video. Number 6, I wish I had known that I would be taking frequent restroom breaks. In the beginning of my pregnancy, it seemed like I had to go to the restroom every 45 minutes. It would oftentimes mess up my concentration at work to the point where I couldn't really complete full tasks because I felt like I would be interrupted by my bladder basically needing to be emptied. I would also wake up at different times of the night just to go to the restroom. Number 7, I wish I had known that I would itch a lot. I tried 3 different Aveeno products which relieved my symptoms. The products that I tried were the Aveeno lotion, the oatmeal bath, and the body wash. Be sure to check out my reviews. Number 8, I wish I had known that my pH balance would be thrown off during my first trimester. I ended up changing deodorants from Dove to Secret Clinical Strength. And what I found was that even though Dove smells a little better, Secret's Clinical Strength was definitely the best to hold me throughout the whole day. If you're interested in trying Secret Clinical Strength for yourself, be sure to check out the link that's located in our description. If you'd like to follow my pregnancy journey, check out these videos.